What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Michigan State basketball moves to 4-0 in Big Ten play with an 88-54 win over Washington in the Breslin Center on Thursday night. And honestly, it should have been a lot more than that, except stop playing defense about the last 5 minutes of the game. And Washington was able to run up the score on their end a little bit to make this a little bit closer than it was the whole game. This was basically a 40-point game, a good amount of the game. Michigan State's lead got up to 41, but it was hanging in the mid 30s pretty much the whole game. So, and it felt like a lot more than that. It was complete domination the whole game from Michigan State, holding Washington to only 13 points, was up 42-13 at halftime. Second half, 46-41. As I said, kind of the last 5 minutes there, Washington, I think they went on like an 11-2 run at one point, kind of closed the gap a little bit there, but still dominating win from Michigan State, moves to 13-2 overall, 4-0 now in the Big Ten. We're going to jump into the game, but first, if you could, just hit that like and subscribe button down there. More Michigan State basketball content on the channel, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. So really defensively for Michigan State, impressive all night. I mean, like some of it was just Washington missing shots. Like Great Escobar, he 0 for 8, 0 for 1 from the three-point line. All 6 of his points came from the free throw line. Literally did not make a field goal. He's obviously their best player. Really kind of kept them in contained on the boards as well. Only 4 rebounds from him. Tyler Harris, he scored 14 points, but someone had to score for them. He was, 5 for 10 overall from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. But besides that, I mean, Michigan State defensively able to hold Washington in check all night and just blitz them, right out of the gate and kept that steady throughout the game. But for Michigan State, Jaden Akins, solid 20 points. Again, 2 for 6 from 3, 8 for 13 overall from the field. So fairly efficient overall. Four of his 5 misses, obviously, coming from 3. Only 1 from 2-point range. So a really solid night for Jaden Akins, adding 3 rebounds, steal and an assist as well. And he's still been Michigan State's best player all year long. And that's just keeping going here. Obviously not a high pressure, high leverage situation game, but still just able to get his points, keep things moving for Michigan State. Jeremy Fears, I actually thought he's had a couple nice games here over the last 5-7 games during this 8-game win streak. Overall, has had a handful of nice games, but I thought overall this was his best game for Michigan State. 12 points, 10 assists, had a steal as well. Only 1 turnover on the night, but 1 for 4 from 3, but 4 for 8 overall from the field. I mean, I thought he was leading the team well, getting the team set up and stuff. A double-double for him overall. Trey Holloman got it going in the second half. He was, one of the last guys to score for Michigan State, but he ended up finishing with 11. 2 for 3 from 3, 4 for 9 overall from the field. 6 assists, overall. Just Trey will always just be steady Eddie for Michigan State. Jackson Kohler, good on the board, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, or 6 points, 4 assists overall, and just hanging in there. Only got 2 shots up, made them both. So solid Jackson Kohler game. Off the bench, Carson Cooper gave you some good minutes with 6 points, 7 rebounds as well. Him and Jack's same stat line there. Cohen Carr gave you 6 points and 5 rebounds. Going down the line, Jace Richardson, and more on Jace here in a second, but he had 12 points, had 1 rebound, 1 assist, 5 steals. And that's what we were talking about. We were saying that we kind of wanted a loud Jace Richardson scoring game. We got 12 points, which is basically what he's been getting us all year. It seems like every game he's between 8 and 16, 14 points, somewhere in there. And we were like, let's have like an 18, 20 point, Jace Richardson night. But I think that 5 steals makes it. This was a loud Jace Richardson game. I thought, Jaden Akins, Jeremy Fears, and Jace Richardson, and Trey Holloman really in the second half. Those 4 guards honestly output up against anyone in the Big Ten, right now in terms of guards, units, as a whole, and be confident with that. And they showed that tonight what they can be when they're not even hitting shots at 3-point shots at that high of a clip. You put all of them together. Trey 2 for 3, Jeremy 1 for 4, Jaden 2 for 6, and then off the bench Jace 1 for 3. So they're not even shooting great. That unit, those 4 guards for Michigan State, but when they're hitting their shots, they're assisting the ball well, passing it around to their teammates well, not turning the ball over the lot. All of them are grabbing the ball, pushing the pace. I mean, that's just a recipe for success for Michigan State. And then you couple that with how well Michigan State has been rebounding the basketball this season. 40 rebounds again tonight, holding Washington to 30. on the night, which is around what their average was. I mean, that's just a recipe for success for Michigan State. And overall, one of their better shooting nights, especially compared to the first handful of games of the season. 33% for Michigan State from three on the night. Only missed one free throw. Again, just such an improvement from last year from the free throw line. Overall, assists 24-11 for Michigan State, and turnovers 12 turnovers for Michigan State. That's kind of like on the back end of the threshold that we constantly talk about. We like to be at like 8 to 12. Forced 15 Washington turnovers overall. Fast break points, again, they're number 1, 2 in the country. Week after week, Michigan State is in terms of fast break points for a reason, and you see that here again. 28-2 outscoring Washington on the fast break here, and again, just overall total domination for Michigan State here, and moving to 4-0 in the Big Ten, so tied with that school down the road for top of the Big Ten standings right now, both at 4-0. Indiana and Illinois and Purdue all at 4-1. They all have one more Big Ten conference game in than us, but can't complain about the start at all for Michigan State. 13-2 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Heading to Northwestern, which has not been a fun place to play for Michigan State the last couple years. Heading there on Sunday, 12 o'clock tip. In the afternoon. So nice afternoon basketball Sunday afternoon. But yeah, we'll be back to preview that one coming up later this weekend. And big win for Michigan State. In my opinion, anytime you can blow any team out like that, especially a power conference team like Washington. I know they're towards the bottom third of the Big Ten, but still an impressive win the way that Michigan State was able to jump on Washington from the jump and keep their foot on the gas the whole game, aside from some defensive lapses the last 5 minutes or so. But overall, really solid game from start to finish from Michigan State, if you had to say overall. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.